Hey, I'm Adam with Adam's Welding, and in today's video I'm going to show y'all something. Some of y'all may know that I work at an automotive shop doing welding and minor mechanic work as a day job besides just doing my mobile welding. That way I have work for when time's slow with the mobile welding stuff. I still have money to pay the bills through doing the minor mechanicing and the automotive welding. So today I'm going to show you all my toolbox for that and some of the tools I use. So stay tuned. So before I get into this video, I'm going to put some links in the description below to some of these tools I got here, and put some better tools on some of those links, so that'll help some of y'all out. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down in the description below of other tools you might like me to do a review on, and I might get to that. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's start. This is a Harbor Freight US General 5-drawer tool cart, and up at the top I've just got a simple set of Pittsburgh metric wrenches on 2 of the Harbor Freight magnet rails that I've bolted to the lid of my cart. Then I've got a random set of Torx bits, Phillips driver, flathead driver, and some Allen bits. And I got a couple other sets of just cheap torque bits. Got some mix match set of swivel sockets. Got both the metric and the standard Tractor Supply stubby Job Smart impacts. Got a couple 1/2 inch, those are 1/2 inch set there. Got a couple 1/2 inch swivels along with a wide flathead bit. I keep a 36 inch or 36 millimeter axle nut socket. Got just a 12-point set of standard bits with one 6-point mixed in there. Just a small set of 1/4 inch drive bits. This is my most used socket set here. It's a 10 to 19 Stanley set with needed a short 10 millimeter, so that's why that one's there, with a couple 1/4 inch adapters on the end of it. And I have a 3/8 to 3/4 Husky set with a 1/4 inch Craftsman set that goes from, it's 5 millimeter to 13 millimeter. And then just a couple of the mix match long 1/4 inch drive set, a short 3/8 drive set. This one has some 12 points and some specialty sockets down in there. And this, I bought this whole set of Matco E-bits, or it's E sockets. They're the inverted of a Torx bit. And I got them all for just one size, just to take off exhaust studs. Up here I got spark plug cleaner, battery cleaner, lug nut sockets, grease gun. I got a SK ratchet down in there, some Harbor Freight flatheads, and some Harbor Freight Phillips heads over there. It's a angle finder and pitch gauge. A little serpentine belt tool along with a couple levels for doing exhaust work. Make sure my exhaust pipe's level. Got one of the Harbor Freight Quantum headlights, and it eats through batteries, so I got a couple packs of batteries there. For a scan tool, I use this blue driver. scan tool, and it works out pretty good. For some more in-depth stuff, we do have a launch e-reader. Got a couple extensions, and my favorite socket is this Pittsburgh Pro double-ended. It's a 3/8 flex, and the other end has a 1/4 inch flex head ratchet, and that is my most used socket, or most used ratchet. And we got a little socket drawer. It's got a wrench drawer, plier drawer, has a little bit of everything. Sheet metal cutters, vice grips, wire strippers, 45-degree needle nose, crimpers, spark plug, just for pulling the boots off spark plugs, a couple spring clamp tools, some more wire strippers, some hose crimps to clamp off flex hoses, along with some drum brake tools down in there. In this drawer, I keep all my extra ratchets, a small 3/8 breaker bar, and all my extensions. You can get these at Harbor Freight. You don't need them often, but the few times you do need them, it's a lifesaver to have them. Got a Craftsman 13/16 flex head spark plug socket, and I've got a 5/8 snap-on spark plug socket in here, and then just a bunch of adapters down in there. Now in this drawer, I've got an assorted set of metric and standard wrenches. Some of them are Craftsman, some of them are SK. Got an Ace one in there, a Proto, and they all work pretty well. Just got this on this little hanger here, so that way if I need to take them to a car while I'm working on it, it makes it a lot easier to just take it to a car. Here I've got a set of Pittsburgh line wrenches, metric and standard. I have a 1-inch, or I got two 1-inch wrenches and a 7/8 for doing, those are for O2 sensors, and one of my tools I need two 1-inch to adjust it. Got a set of Makita burr bits, just a simple Irwin Hansen SAE tap kit. I got it for doing, I got it because I needed that 10x24 for something. This here is just one of those cheap Harbor Freight drill bit kits you can get on with a coupon. Just a little tap handle. These are some Irwin, they're in the industry they're called tornado bits. They're for taking out rounded off bolts. You just hammer them on there and they come right off. Got a set of tap sockets, and just a set of trim removal tools. And here I've got some of my air tools, some scrapers, some more brake drum tools. I got a 1/4 inch drive, torque wrench, Pittsburgh torque wrench, the 3/8 drive, and the 1/2 inch drive. Cross-checked them with this little Quinn. Not really sure what you'd call it. They call it a digital torque adapter. You put your torque wrench or your regular wrench on it, and it will read out digitally what the torque value is. So I use that to cross-check any of my torque wrenches, and they all come out pretty decent. And I even had our tool truck guy that calibrates, checks the calibration of them. He's got a similar device he uses, and he checked them all out for me, and they were plus or minus 3 pounds of what they're supposed to be set at. and you check that with a couple different settings. So these little Pittsburgh Pro torque wrenches are actually fairly accurate. Got this Milwaukee 90-degree drill, and we use that when we're having to drill out exhaust studs that have broken off. Got a little die grinder, straight and 90-degree. I got this here recently. There's a recent pickup. It is what's called a needle scaler. It comes in real handy for busting rust off of frames and for cleaning slag off of welds. I use that sometimes for hard to get to places to clean slag off. I also use it for peening cast iron after I weld it. Now down here, I keep a GM 1/2-inch drive set. It's a full set. I also have the Harbor Freight Maddox 5-piece front end service kit, and that thing has saved me a lot of times. It's a real time saver. I'll show you some of what's in it. These are all your tools for, you get a tie rod, an inner bearing race puller. You have a pitman arm puller, a pitman arm and tie rod end puller, a ball joint separator, which you just screw that piece there into it, and it's got a ball joint tie rod end remover. And this thing is a big time saver when you're trying to separate all those different components. This here is a Maddox, which is a Harbor Freight disc brake. It's for compressing the your twist type brake calipers. That is very helpful for doing that. I've got a battery terminal puller. This is I got this at a garage sale. I'm not really sure what kind of puller it's for, but it works fine for some of your serpentine belt pulleys. I've got a Matco brake piston compressor, and then I also use this little Harbor Freight one also. Besides that, I have some the Harbor Freight oil wrench set for oil filters. And then down here, I also keep my other Pittsburgh Pro. This is a 3/4 drive torque wrench. I got this just because I had one axle nut had to be torqued to 300 foot-pounds. And I bought that just to torque that one axle nut. Over here on the side, I just have some WD-40, some brake cleaner, a funnel, and some clamps. Oh, this here, if you're ever trying to bleed brakes by yourself, take yourself a soda bottle, drill a little hole in the top, and get some of this 5/16 flex hose, clear line. Put it in there and drill a little hole in the cap off to the side for air to vent out. And you add a little bit of brake fluid down on the bottom of this. And when you hook this up and bleed your brakes like you normally would, and what it'll cause is it'll cause a vacuum effect so that when you push the brake pedal, it pushes the air through this line and it bubbles out the bottom, but it cannot pull air back into the line. And that is a big time saver when it comes to bleeding brakes. At least it is by yourself. Well, that's been my tool cart tour, guys. So If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the little bell icon to be notified of my future videos. Leave a comment down below for some tools you might want me to do a review on in the future. I might get to those. There's also, like I said earlier, there will be some links in the description to some of these tools and some improved tools. So don't forget to check those out. And don't forget to keep on welding, folks.